NHS Lunch and Kira Head of Recruitment. Need any introduction? Yeah, fire away. You're ready? Section C.
How does it feel to be back?
No, it's unbelievable. It's sort of been a long time coming in my mind anyway. It was always the plan to eventually come back, and it just seems like the right time now. And with a fantastic group of boys, fantastic staff, and a lot of people around the club who I know really well. So absolutely buzzing, yeah.
When you last left, Jay, the chairman got a bit emotional, said some things about it. I think he might have said it was a dog act that he left. Have you been able to smooth things over with Tony Say?
Yeah, things were smoothed over pretty quickly after that. We spoke on the phone, and obviously that's something to more so with the agents and things like that. So the relationship with Tony was probably never gone. And obviously I'm grateful that he's took me back and give me the opportunity to play for my hometown club again. And so there's lots of positives, and me and Tony are all good.
How long has kind of this move been on the cards for you? How long have these conversations been going on? When did it really become a possibility for you to come back?
Things started happening pretty quickly recently. Obviously, there was an opening at the club, and I just finished my season over in Japan, so things happen pretty quickly and happen pretty smoothly. Cerezo, my club back in Japan, were really, really good about it, really supportive, and as they have been the whole time since I've been there. So I've got nothing but good things to say about them, and again, really grateful that they've allowed me to to come and fulfil a dream of playing for my hometown club again.
This was always a move that you had on the cards when you left, that you'd love to come back and play here again.
Yeah, exactly. I think when I left the first time, it was more so a personal thing to go and see how far I could go in football and see what I could achieve by sort of leaving my comfort zone and branching out. So the plan was always to go on that adventure and sort of come back and try and play my best years here at Perth Glory, try and win things, bring a strong mentality, and to try and contribute as much as I can to the group that they already have. So it was always my plan to come back when the time was right, and now feels like the right time with the right people around. So yeah, it's I'm just buzzing that it's over the line and it's actually able to happen.
How do you feel that time away went from the club for you, and have you come back a different footballer to when you left?
Look, to be honest, it went as well as it could have gone. The ideal situation was to get overseas again, and I did that through going to Korea and then going to the next level in Japan. So it worked out really well. I think I learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about football, improved, and just worked really hard over the past 4.5 years that I was away, and was able to experience some fantastic moments, a lot of success, and a lot of learning. So I'd like to think that I've come back a more mature player, more experienced player, and that's more so a role that I want to play here now to to help the young boys and produce my best football for Perth Glory.
You were at the game on the weekend. You must be pleased with what you saw.
Yeah, no, it was really, really good. I thought we were fantastic going forward, solid at the back. There's a lot of balls going across the face of goal, which was nice to see because, as a striker, that's what you're licking your lips over. Some fantastic, performances from all the boys, especially going forward. So, it was a nice feeling to see the boys get the 3 points at home and, really get off to a good start at Macedonia Park.
Few players have 3 stints at the same club. What is that like? So you started here, you came back for a stint, now you're back potentially to finish your career here. What's the journey been like?
Yeah, I think growing up, obviously I went to all the Perth Glory games. I was a supporter. It's the one club in the whole world that I feel really strongly about and care about it so much, whether I'm playing or if I'm playing somewhere else or in the future when I'm back in the stands again. So I think for me it's always been something that's been close to my heart, and whenever I've left I always think about coming back. especially before when you're playing at NIB, for me it's the best place to play in Australia. It's an unbelievable stadium. The fans are always behind you, and I think being one of them before I was a player and getting on the pitch, I've always felt like I know what it's like to be on the other side. I know what they care about. I know what we represent, and those sorts of things always bring you back to where you belong. And this is where I feel like I belong.
Do you feel some pressure? Obviously, Bruno left not that long ago. Decided to play well on the weekend, but certainly needing those goals and then attacking firepower at front. Do you feel some pressure on your shoulders now to kind of perform and produce that?
Oh, look, I think there's always a little bit of pressure. The most pressure probably normally comes from myself. I set high standards for myself, whether it's external pressure or not. I'm always going to try and do my best and improve. And as most people would know here, I'm pretty passionate about winning games and scoring goals. So I think it's just important to try and block that out and focus on what you know is right, and focus on the process, which is working hard every day, doing what Ruben wants us to do, and everything else will follow. I think as you get older, you know what you need to focus on and what you need to block out.
Are you expecting the fans to really welcome you back and kind of get behind you as soon as you play in front of them again?
Yeah, I'd hope so. I always loved playing in front of them. It was always fantastic playing at home. Everyone who's played there would say the same thing. It gives you that sort of, especially for me, having family and friends around, knowing the club inside out, growing up here, it's it's definitely a special feeling playing in front of them. So, I hope we can, get back to a good relationship between us and win some games and keep fighting to get higher on the ladder.
I guess you've been with the club through ups and downs. It's quite a down period for the last kind of 18 months. Was that part of the decision to come back, that with that passion you've got, you really want to kind of help them fight back towards the top?
Oh, look, I think in terms of the way the club is, regardless of how we're doing, it's something I love. Whether we're winning or losing, I want to be a part of it. I want to be at the forefront of, putting on a battle if we're struggling and help the team when we're doing well. But all the signs are there for us to do well. We've got great staff, good players, and you could see it on the weekend. It all started coming together. So, I'm sure it's there's a lot of good times ahead. Like I said, as long as we focus on all the right things, then success will follow that. So, I'm excited to be a part of it, excited to be here, and can't wait till the first game that I'm able to play.